Hey guys, this is Kimberly. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today we are talking about first date tips for men. So this video is going to be a bit longer than the usual video because I'm going to go really deep into like the preparation during the date and then after the date, like some tips that I can give you before you guys get worked up in the comments. Okay, this is just suggestions and this is a woman's perspective. You are free to agree or disagree with any points I have here. Or if you disagree with the whole video, that's okay. You're allowed. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go. The aim with this video is to give you tips on what kind of mindset to have when you're going on a first date, what can help, and things that you can do that women will appreciate, right? And things to avoid so your first date goes smoothly. We just want things to go smoothly here, okay? Most of these are simple tips that I consider important. It is very normal to be nervous a bit before a first date, and women too get nervous because we're just like thinking about all kinds of stuff. And I'm pretty sure men sometimes get nervous. It can be just a little bit. I'm not saying like you're sweating or you're going to the bathroom every 2 seconds, But what I'm saying is like there's just a little like, because it's the unknown. It's the unknown that makes your stomach turn just a little bit. How do you deal with nerves? Something that really helped me, not just with dating or, relationships and stuff like that, but even for, let's say, job interviews, or if you're going to go do public speaking, anything that has to do with presenting yourself for the first time can be nerve-wracking. And something that I've learned, that I've heard, I don't remember who told me this growing up, maybe someone in my family. They told me, you know what? Don't worry too much about what the other person thinks about you. Like, don't go with that mindset that, okay, like I have to impress this person and what matters is only their opinion, like about me. You have to think that you're going into this date, this interview, because you also need to observe and, make a decision to see if this person is someone that interests you, or do you even like this person? Do you even, after having that interview, want to work at that place? Did you ask the right questions, So it's not just one-sided. You have to think that your opinion and your experience is valuable too, and is the most valuable, because you need to make sure you're good with yourself, that you're happy, and that you're making the right decision going forward, right? So I'm not sure if you guys can understand what I'm trying to say, but what I'm trying to say is that you need to think at the end of the day, at the end of the date, do I even like this person? Okay, it's not, did this person like me? Did I do this right? Did I do this wrong? Yeah, you can think that, but also think about yourself. Okay, you're actually going in and, you have to think about how you feel. How did this person make you feel? Do you want to continue with this person? No matter if they liked you or if they didn't. At the end of the day, what's important is how you feel also. Okay, what do women like? What are some things that you can do to gain some points, without changing who you are? I'm not saying be someone you're not, because that's something I'm completely against, because if you cannot keep up, that's going to be bad too. You need to be yourself from the beginning. But of course, effort is something that you need to have in a relationship, is something you need to show. People appreciate seeing effort, okay? So make an effort to plan the date, okay? I think most men know that women like a man with a plan. Or a man that can like take charge and like make decisions. Someone who is decisive. If you want to be able to plan the date, of course you need to know the girl a bit, right? You need to know the woman. So you can ask her questions like what she likes doing for fun, or what she likes to eat, what type of food she likes to eat, any favorite restaurants, you know what I mean? This way you can get an idea without asking her like, where do you want to go, or like trying to push the planning on her. There are some women that like to plan dates, especially it depends on the situation. In general, women like men who plan out the dates, especially the first date. It shows like, I want to take you out. I'm interested in you. And, women feel special like that. And yeah. So do avoid over texting the days before the date, or like the week, or I don't know. Let's say you planned a date with her. avoid over texting her and asking her like the questions that you should be asking her on the date. I know like sometimes it's just like you can't help it. Some people, are excited, like they're meeting someone new, they're already liking the person, and they'll want to know as much as possible, or just like the feeling of getting a text back. And like a lot of women do not like the all day texting type of thing. I mean, depending on your age, I think maybe if you're more in the teenage years, that's fine, I think. But I would say most adult, like women, like old, like I think women over like 20, plus, they like to have a bit more of the mystery. And for you, it will help if you do not throw everything into the texting. And then because once you get in front of her, if you already asked her every question possible by text, or if you already gave her everything about you by text, you're gonna feel like it's awkward. They're gonna feel like, okay, like, damn, we texted everything. Now, what are we gonna talk about? You know what I mean? It's good to keep some questions and some topics for the date. No over texting. It's okay to text, check up on her, because yeah, the way things go these days with the ghosting and stuff, it's always good to check up on the person before the date. So that's my next point, is do text her the day before or the day of, like a little heads up when you're leaving or when you're coming to pick her up. Just like, hey, by the way, is everything still okay for tomorrow at, let's say, 7 p.m. As a little text, right? She responds, cool, it's still on. The next day, the day of the date, a couple hours before, you just, give her a heads up that, okay, I will be leaving my home at this time, or I'll pick you up at this time. See you then. I believe that both should do that, right? But if you see she's not really texting you, maybe, throw her a little text, a little heads up to see how she responds. Because, yeah, ghosting goes both ways. So just for you not to waste your time, make sure you text her before you head over to the spot that you need to meet her up at. Or text her to be sure if it's still on, if you have to go pick her up, by car. You don't want to waste your time. Same thing for the women. Women want to know if it's still on, if you're still up for the date, because a lot of women, like to take their time to get ready for the date, have their outfit ready, makeup, hair. Not every woman does makeup and whatever, but I'm just saying, it's just a girl thing. We like to know that, okay, we have something planned, we're gonna get ready mentally, physically, exactly. So that's before the date. Why I say do not over text, why I say do not do too much before you meet the girl, it's because you need to build up some excitement. You need to build up some mystery. It's going to help her have some questions for you. It's going to help you have some questions for her. You know what I mean? And if you need to cancel a date, guys, okay, please do that 24 hours to 48 hours before, because some people have busy lives. You know what I mean? We got to respect people's time. And it's something both ways. People should really not wait till the day of to cancel unless something really unexpected happens. But let's say you just really don't want to anymore, just be straight up. For the date, the actual date, okay? I told you how to deal with your nerves, right? Now, do not bring her anywhere where your guy friends will be, like your group of guy friends. It will make her even more nervous and uncomfortable if she's around other, like a bunch of your guy friends. That's the majority of girls. Already the one-on-one might be nerve-wracking for her, but if you bring her around your guy friends, it's not the best first date idea, okay? And of course, you're gonna act a bit different when you're with your boys or your guy friends. For sure, you're not, you cannot open up fully, or you're going to be distracted. So I recommend you to, just do it 100% one-on-one with her. For the younger guys or for the guys that are not used to this, like you're going to need to do it. Okay. So it's better to do it right away. First date. Okay. Break the ice. A lot of people, being late is a big turn off. Okay. So just be respectful and arrive on time. If you're going to be late for whatever reason, let the person know. We never know what can happen in life, right? But if you can, please plan ahead to be on time. Also, So when you're on the date, okay, you want to ask open questions. Yes, it's good to have the yes or no questions at first, but you want to like have some questions where you guys can get into a deeper conversation than just yes, no, maybe, So you can think of some like questions to get to know her a bit, um, observe and listen, okay? Because you're, like I said, you are trying to see if this girl is someone you can see yourself with or that you can see, on a second date. You want to listen and observe to what she says to certain questions that are important to you. So make sure you have some important questions, but avoid going too deep right away, right? And avoid questions that are over, provocative. I'll put it like that right away because it can make things awkward unless you have some cues that, you guys are being flirty that way right away and, the attraction is that high that you guys are already at that point. Okay, go ahead. But I'm just saying some questions like, I'm not gonna, I think you guys know what I mean, but there's some questions that you can keep for way later. Like first date, you guys can hold back a bit. So, this is not for all men, but I know some men, I know some people can talk a lot and be very, how do you say that? Can tend to overshare, okay? I'm guilty of that. This is why I'm on YouTube, because I talk a lot. As you can tell, sometimes it sounds like I'm just blah, 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 blah. Read the room, okay? If you're going into a monologue and the person's just like, and you see they're looking away, like maybe you're talking too much. And maybe you're talking too much about yourself, right? This is not a monologue. Remember, this is a conversation. There needs to be a back and forth. And for things to be fair, you need to let the other person talk. It can happen that on the date you're trying to impress the girl, so like you want to talk about your achievements and everything and blah 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 and keep going. But you have to kind of pace it. Like if it's like just you talking about yourself the whole date, she will get bored and be like, wow, he is full of himself. You know what I mean? And it's just like not fun for anyone to just be listening to a monologue. Next thing is avoid checking your phone or having your phone on the table. Try to relax and be in the moment, okay? It's just like, it's your first date. Like, take the time to be in the present moment. It's hard these days. I know a lot of people find it hard these days to just be in the present moment. You're overthinking. Don't overthink it too much, guys. Don't overthink your questions. Don't overthink it. Just feel the vibe, be in the moment, read the room. These are all important. Be attentive to your date. And I think everything should flow, okay? So at the end of the date, if you have the option to drive her back home, you can, obviously do that. If she wants, you offer it. If you do not have a car, you can ask to, walk her home if you're close by to her place. If she does not want that, because a lot of women, especially if she doesn't know the guy, she's not going to want him to know where she lives exactly, right? But if she's taking the subway station, you can be like, okay, I can walk you to the station. That's already something cute, Another thing you can do is send her a text when she gets home, check if she's all good. And this is a good way to see how she feels without asking her directly. You can send her a text like, it was nice seeing you. Hope we can do this again. See what she says. Or you can you can go a bit further and be like, I really enjoyed our time together. Compliment her on something or how she looked. And then you can be like, let me know when's your next availabilities. I don't know. You can have it in your own words just to keep it open. At the end of the night when you text her to see what she responds with. And then you can see if she would like a second date or not. And then, you know what? Go home, process things in your mind, check to see if you want to see her for a second date. Like I said, you're not being interviewed. She's being interviewed too, right? You're trying to see if you see her in your life and she's doing the same. So you guys need a little moment to think about things. But, just let her know if you enjoyed it. Why not let her know? And that can make her night, that can make her day, or make her week. And her response too can make you confident to continue this new relationship. All right, guys, thanks. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any tips, if men have any tips for other men, do comment. Like I said, this is the women's perspective. So if you guys have any tips, since you guys been on dates, comment down below. See you guys later. Bye.